Valley, Nancy got this. I started 10 seconds ago. Yeah, start that.
You can save the nameplate.
You want to help you with that?
Well, good evening, Council, Mayor. The agreement before you tonight is with AHBL, and it's a supplemental agreement to do some additional engineering design services, which includes some environmental assessment, some surveying, and then some engineering. The reason for the supplemental is because of some recent developments through WSDOT and the federal court that WSDOT has been asked or tasked to replace fish barrier culverts in areas where they've impeding the natural drainage and fish flows. So for our project, this was not something that we knew going into the project, that the culvert under Jovita Creek on the Pierce County segment has the potential to be a fish passage barrier. So this supplemental agreement will allow the science, the biology, and the engineering to come together to, under phase one, determine whether or not the two culverts are fish passage barriers or not. And then the second phase of this supplemental agreement is, if it is determined that they are fish passage barriers, then we would do a design to mitigate the barrier itself. So that's, in a nutshell, what this supplemental agreement is intended to do and provide. And we're working through internally just the funding assessment, so I don't have tonight the final recommendation on the numbers. The numbers are here, but what I'm saying is the city administrator, myself, and the city engineer are just looking at the numbers here. We still need to meet, so if there's financial questions, I won't necessarily be able to answer them all tonight, but if the recommendation is favorable to go forward, any financial questions we'll be able to answer next Monday night. I'll also say, if there's any technical questions, we do have Sean Comfort from AHBL here if you have any detailed questions. But the staff recommendation is to carry this particular supplemental agreement and the attending resolution forward to next Monday night. So if there are any questions.
Are there any fish in Jovita Creek?
I can't answer historically, but I have heard anecdotally that there are. And
Further downstream, if there are some.
There's salmon who have gotten above West Valley occasionally.
so there are indications, yes.
Other questions from council? What's council's pleasure?
Did I make the 10 minutes?
You can bank it for your other items.
Okay.
So a new truck. We just gave you a new truck. I almost pulled this off the agenda. I told Amy.
The new used truck. Okay. Well, this is a new truck that we're talking about tonight.
We're talking about
two new trucks. And the item before you has been vetted through the Public Works Committee.
That's why I make sure it's clear.
And the tasking was that I looked at it, did some analysis on the need for the fleet, and we had two vehicles identified that are ready to surplus. So I initially looked at what is the cost to potentially buy used vehicles. And so in your packet, there's some information for the cost data to buy equivalent vehicles used versus new. And I outlined the cost of one vehicle, new, that's outfitted the way we would like to see it, to have the equipment safe and secure for the crews. And then the cost differential between buying used vehicle. And there's roughly about a $5,000 differential between buying new versus used. So one of the things to consider, and the Public Works Committee wrestled with as well, is the value of having a bumper-to-bumper 3-year warranty on new vehicles versus a 30-day drivetrain warranty. And so those were some of the things that we wrestled with, and the committee felt that there was greater value in purchasing two new vehicles outfitted in the manner that's addressed in the memorandum. And so that was the recommendation coming forward. The information in the packet outlines that full cost of purchasing 2 new vehicles off of the Washington State contract, and as well as having it upfitted. And so if staff's recommendation and Public Works Committee recommendation was to go ahead and purchase the 2 new vehicles so outfitted. And I would concur and hope council would consider moving this forward to next Monday night. Are any questions?
Questions from council? Okay.
Not a question, but a comment. I mean, when I'm looking at the used vehicles, I see, you know, mileage totals over $50,000, or 50,000 miles, and I'm thinking 50,000 miles for $5,000, I'd rather buy a new vehicle than do that. I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
That's what we're proposing to do.
Right.
And I think Public Works Committee, that was their conclusion as well, that there's greater value in buying new.
And one thing that really hasn't been made clear here is we are going to trucks with service bodies on them. So the common everyday parts that are needed and tools and this type of thing will be on this truck. So when they go out to a repair situation, they have a truck that should, on all most common stuff, parts and everything, be right on that truck. They don't have to pick everything up, drive back to the shop again, and pick up the shovels, and drive back out there, and then find out that we left the shovels lean up against the door, now they go back and get them again. And, I mean, it's because we were replacing a pickup, and I think the other one is just a wore-out service truck, isn't it?
Correct.
So, hopefully, the efficiency is going to be able to increase by the staff.
Councilor Putnam?
Well, just also in addition to having everything on the truck, utility body has locking doors, so more things will stay on the truck. You know, that's hopefully less trouble with things walking away. Councilor Beverly?
Probably not very relevant, but why are you going all the way to Longview to get these trucks? Do we not have dealers around here?
There are dealers around here, but this is the particular dealership that bid and won the state contract. So there is...
Is there a shipping fee?
It's a $500 delivery charge.
And by having it delivered in Pacific, we get the sales tax revenue from it, right?
We have to pay the Longview sales tax.
Because it's destination-based, that's why you have the fire engine delivered, or the A-car delivered here, because we get sales tax when the delivery should be here.
I'll have to check on that. I'm not sure standing here tonight on that question, but I will confirm.
I'm sorry, 500 what?
Well, if we get sales tax on a $25,000 rig, they can count that delivery charge.
Would offset the $500 delivery fee.
Well, I was just curious as why you're gonna, you know, go 110 miles down the road.
I think I can answer that question. I have purchased a lot of vehicles off the state contract over the course of my career, and it's been my typical experience that the local dealers are not competitive because of the volume that the dealers that win the state contract. And you can even see this represented just in the information in the packet. Maybe page 81, if you want to look at that, or 82, you can see the cost of some of the new 2015 vehicles, and they're significantly greater than what we're buying, and that's not even configured with the service body. All the way to the right-hand side.
So, from a budgetary perspective, there's money in there for the purchases?
Yes.
And is this on your vehicle replacement? Are these vehicles on your vehicle replacement?
Yes, they are.
And are the 2 that you're replacing, is one of them, I'm just thinking, would it make more sense to stagger this a little bit than to have 2 trucks, you know, replacing one at a time, kind of what we were trying to do with police cars?
In this instance, I think we'd be better served to replace them both at the same time. I understand from a financial point of view that as you get into the replacement schedule, that the stair-step approach may work. This is probably a little bit off topic, but just a quick segue, I apologize, is as I'm putting together the vehicle replacement schedule, the balancing act is taking your largest capital expenditures, like your dump trucks, your street sweepers, your backhoes, and then putting them against your vehicle, on-road vehicle. So maybe in one year, you buy 2 pickups with service body. Another year, you then buy a dump truck and no on-road service vehicles. So that's how you typically can set it up to really manage the funding well, so it's an even expenditure as much as you can smooth it out from year to year.
We got 2 trucks, does the police department need any? Basically.
I've got a real deal.
Other questions from council?
We get an ice cream truck?
We can look at that. Governance committee.
No.
Revenue generating.
Oh, we can turn the old service truck into an ice cream.
There we go.
Put some refrigeration units in that.
What's your council pleasure on these?
Get one of those
Move forward.
non-conforming roofer units out, nobody, industrial lot.
There we go. Okay, moving forward.